spinal surgery in Perth. So we've covered an oophorectomy, which is the removal of ovaries, a salpingectomy. Some people say salpingectomy, some people say salpingectomy. So it's a removal of the salping, and that's actually the fallopian tube. And the fallopian tube is what carries the egg in a lady from the ovary into the uterus. I had to get it done the right way then. And a craniotomy. So that's to do with the head, that's the skull. It's a removal of part of the skull. When people have, especially when they have road traffic accidents, and they might have some swelling, what often they will have to do is remove a partial bit of the skull to allow for the brain space to move, and it will sort of come out, and then once that swelling goes down, the bone can actually be fitted in just like a piece of jigsaw, and you're all okay again after that. So, ostomies, we've covered these, and ileostomy. So does anyone remember what that was? Ileostomy is the bag that goes on your tummy. Okay, that's when you don't have a bowel that's working properly. A colonostomy, and that's another part, that's the colon, that's the large bowel. And a gastrostomy, I can't say that word. All to do with your bowels and your stomach area. Here are more of your pathies. Osteopathy, the study of muscle. And bone?
Bone, yeah.
Bone, it is, yeah. Neuropathy. That's when people have neuropathic pain. They might have, they'll have neuropathy, which is treatment, or they'll have an issue with that. Myopathy, again, is the heart muscle. And a homeopathy is the treatment of. And here are some of your scopies. Arthroscopy. Has anyone had any sports people here? No? It's too hard. And arthroscopy is very common in the sporting area. People have knee surgery, and it's where they'll have one of those cameras go into your knee, and they'll have a good look around and do a clean-up job, or see what kind of surgery that you need, and they'll have a good look. And it's a very common thing that they do. A colonoscopy, again, is the tube that goes inserted into your rectum and has a look at your bowel, the lower part of your bowel. And the endoscopy, which is when it goes down into the throat, and it has a look into your throat and your esophagus area and all the top. So, now we have a group activity. So I'd like you to divide into pairs. How many are there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 2. You don't have to go into the pairs I say. And choose an alternative word that you feel can replace the existing word. Now I've got some activity stuff here for you. I'll hand it around. And have some fun with it. What you've got here, you've got a story, okay? A story about a Mrs. Smith. And I've put numbers all the way along next to a word that can be replaced by another word that you see fit. Not all of these words are the right words. Some sound alike but aren't the same, okay? So if you just work in your pairs. Are you two together? Yeah, is that okay? Thank you. I don't know who you want to work with. Don't know who you want to work with. You got someone to work with? Yeah? Okay, and both of you. Thank you. You can both have one actually, really, and then it might help you so you don't have to share the bit of paper. Alright. Do you want to see what I've done as well?
Yeah, just timing as well. So
Is it okay?
We've been going for 38 minutes.
Huh?
We've been going for 38 minutes.
Oh. I'll give you one.
We just have to replace those words, eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry, is she married or not?
Oh, I don't know. Does it matter?
It says Mr. Mrs.
Miss Smith. Well, should we make her? No, we'll make her not married. I put Miss and then I put Mrs. didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter really, not for this.
this one is after all night. The N-O-C-C-E, you reckon, or?
That's what I was
Just put the Google. No, it takes lots of Google. Agitated, or do you reckon, no, restless, I reckon it'll be restless. And the next one, says she kept, she was fidgety and couldn't.
Oh,
you would prefer
the
still.
Yeah.
So it would be couldn't, restless, you reckon agitated?
No cheating with your phones if you can help it.
Oh, we just want to Google a word.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
Can
What's
we,
the word?
can we Google a word?
No,
Yeah. What's the
What do you
word?
mean, no?
that's the whole point.
This word here, what is it? This one here.
Nocte. Ah.
Is that night time? Or?
Yes, it is. Well done. Yep.
There you go. So we're all pretty well on the right track.
A lot of medical terms are Latin. So not the doctors speak fluent Latin, but a lot of medical terminology, pharmacy things, they all originate from Latin.
Okay.
And Nocte is something that a lot of people use. I don't use it, but a lot of people prefer it, especially when you write reports and that you're supposed to use that word.
Alright. Alright, so she was fidgety and so couldn't keep still.
I don't know what that word is, but I do know what spot.
Couldn't. Or couldn't could be, I don't know.
How we going?
Yeah.
Couldn't,
Urinating.
or couldn't keep still wandering around the house. So that they were restless, you reckon? Well, if she's restless, she keeps like roaming around the house, means that she's restless, she can't sit still. So that's restless. But couldn't.
It's a lot of words, aren't they? You could just write the numbers down on here if it's easier for you so you know what goes where. Yeah, that's okay.
Oh. Keep urinating. Yeah, you're about to say urinating. We'll keep number 3 and come back to that one. But couldn't do, yeah, constipated. She went to the doctor, she thought she had a bad stomach, so the intestines. Anyway.
We've got a couple of minutes left.
Jesus Christ, love. Gastro. Let's just read the stomach. Gastro, yeah. And gave her drugs. That didn't work. What was that? Looked over by a doctor. Examined. She was told she had a bad appendix, you reckon?
Gastro
She had a bad, has to be appendix. That's got to do with stomach, isn't it? Appendix, and these are operations.
Right, just one more minute.
No, but she had a bad appendix on there, do you reckon that one? That was during the operation, that's, I suppose, if that's what to do with the thing, to do with the appendix, that's what you have. But isn't that a removal, so it'd be a removal, yeah. Couldn't eat next morning, from the surgery, put her to sleep, so they, anesthetised her.
What does it say?
How are you ladies doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Getting there,
You nearly there?
yeah, sort of.
Alrighty.
Well, that's what I reckon might be that one. She'd had an operation, and that's what they had the removing the appendix. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe. What do you reckon? Or,
She restless.
Okay, no.
what do you reckon?
Either 3 or 4 is restless.
The form, yes, I reckon it'd be, she needed an operation, because operation and operation.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she needed to remove the appendix.
Yeah.
Yes?
Psychotic drug.
Do you agree?
Alright.
Not
I
agree?
hate to do this
No,
to
I
everyone, but I'm going to stop you there, but we can go through and you can shout out if you think you know what the word is. So, Mrs. Smith is a 30-year-old lady who didn't sleep well due to not keeping her food down and chucking up all night.
Vomiting.
Vomiting, correct.
That's correct.
And all night?
That's not this.
No.
Fidgety, yes, restless is good, yep, that's perfect. And who got the Noctane for
Yeah.
night time?
Yeah.
Okay. She was fidgety, yeah, that's restless, couldn't keep still and kept wandering around the house. So what else did you get? Restless and
Agitated.
perfect. Okay, she kept peeing but couldn't have a poo.
So she was urinating, couldn't urinate,
And
and she was
constipated.
constipated.
Perfect. She went to the doctors who thought she had a bad stomach.
Gastro, was it gastro? Gastro.
Yeah,
think
that's
so.
right. And gave her painkillers, but they did not work.
Right.
Well done.
What did you say?
Not those sorts of drugs, definitely not. So she went to the hospital and was looked over by a doctor. Examined, great. Mrs. Smith was told she had a bad, something beginning with A.
Appendix,
Yes. And needed a something urgently.
operation, was it operation?
Yes.
Yeah.
The doctor told her she couldn't eat anything and was booked in to have surgery the next morning. So in surgery, the doctors put her to sleep.
These,
Yep,
and they.
well done. And performed a what to look at the area?
The
Any guesses?
just, I can't.
Yes, well done.
I know.
The doctors told her she couldn't eat anything and was booked in to have surgery the next morning. In surgery, the doctors put her to sleep and performed a what to look, oh, did I say that? Yes.
Yep.
To look at the area where the surgery was going to take place and then removed the organ. So what did we say about when you remove something? It ends in what?
No.
Ectomy?
Ectomy. Well
yeah,
done,
yeah.
great. Alright. Mrs. Smith felt sick. So what do we put for felt sick?
Nauseated.
Yep, that's great. And when she woke up, she was given an anti-sickness tablet.
The anti-emetic,
Yep, that's perfect, thank you. She was told she could go home the following day.
discharge,
Discharge, yes. She would have to have a blood test with the which blood department?
with the
Pathology.
Yeah, the next week as a precaution. Well done. So you've got an idea about the words that you'll be replacing. In the health industry, you won't hear your regular words, you'll hear these other, which will become comfortable, they become usual words to you. So that's just a very good example of the kind of words that they use. And thank you for doing that.
I think words, give that word.
I think they're awesome.
So if I could just have your attention just for a second, we'll just conclude now. So what we have to say is medical terminology is complex. It has a time and a place for when you use it, and it's not universal. So the minute you leave one hospital and you go into another hospital, or you get on a plane and you go to another country, do not assume like I did. Know that they have different terms, and that it's up to you in your job role to find out what those terms are. And it won't take too long. There are a lot of terms which are very small, just slight changes. And begin a glossary of medical terms and add to it as time goes on, and you've got your little books there. Any questions? Oh dear. Please, anything? No, that's okay, that's okay. All right, hold on. So,
Your break.
lunchtime.
Oh.
You
That's so cheap, that.
Thank you everyone, that was great. Thank you for your help.
That was good.
Did they fall?
Wasn't it?
Oh,